Hello, everyone, and welcome to Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com, the number one Superman fan site in the world. In this, our September 1st, 2025 show, we're going to be covering a range of topics, including some of the behind the scenes content that has been released for the new Superman film. We're going to be talking about my new book. We're going to be talking about comic book stuff. We've got garden statues. We've got plenty to get through in tonight's show. And joining me tonight is my good friend and co host, Mark Lax. Welcome, Mark.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Yeah, Michael Bailey's not with us tonight. He is busy with Dragon Con this weekend, and we hope that he's doing well. He's had a number of panels that he's been involved with. He seems like his schedule is flat out more and more each year that he goes back to Dragon Con. So I'm hoping he's having a great time and he's not exhausting himself too badly. And that for those who are at Dragon Con, make sure, I hope you've gone up and said hello to Michael and introduced yourself. So, Michael, we miss you, and we'll look forward to hearing all your regaling us of all your adventures at Dragon Con this past weekend. But Mark and I are here tonight, and we've got plenty to get through to discuss in the world of Superman. And if you are, before we get to any of the housekeeping stuff, I want to actually thank our sponsors and our patrons: Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Tina Murray, Rick Schutzau, and Jamie Klingensmith. They are our Superman champions. They are keeping this show free for everyone thanks to their kind donations. So we thank them for their support. And if you'd like to join those fine folks and be a supporter of the Superman homepage and of this show, then all you have to do is go to patreon.com/Superman homepage, where you too can have your name or business read out as a supporter of this show. So thank you to those fine people. Also tonight, and I'm going to struggle here because it's set up in for Michael, but if you want to be a caller tonight, I'm going to set this up quickly. Then all you have to do is, where I am, here I am, there you go. All you have to do is go to supermanhomepage.com/live and press the call now button. Around halfway through the tonight's show, at the halfway mark, we are going to take some callers. If you are free to call us, want to have a chat about anything, or if you've got your smartphone handy, you can scan that QR code that's next to me right there, and we will that will do the same thing. Take you to the green room where you'll be able to still see the show, watch what's going on, and then when we get a chance, we will bring you in if you want to have a chat to us tonight. But if you're a little bit shy and you don't want to get on the phone tonight to talk to us, then feel free to participate in the comments sections both on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We are live on all three platforms. Have your say, ask questions, say whatever comments you want to say. Mark and I can see those and we'll react to them as the show goes on. So feel free to participate that way if you are so inclined. All right, Mark, what's been new in your world this week? Anything interesting from the Superman side of things?
No, nothing's really been going on or anything like that. I haven't sat down yet to watch the digital version of Superman, so I still don't. I mean, I'm assuming there's special features. I don't know.
Mm.
It said there are, so I want to eventually, very soon, I'll be digging in, and finding that out
Yeah.
because I'd love
Well,
to watch them.
I believe most of them are. I believe. Oh, sorry. I'll start again. I think yes, they are part of the digital release. But I think Warner Brothers Entertainment have been releasing some of those online for us to watch on YouTube, and then pulling them down after a couple of days or a week. And we're going to discuss some of those tonight. So let's get into some of those discussion topics. Before we get into some of the behind the scenes stuff that they have been revealing, there is a behind the scenes book, if you like, coming out, the art and making of the film, of the new Superman film. We have seen previously the cover artwork, which is right there for you. And this does have a introduction by James Gunn himself, a forward by David Corenswet, and is written by James Field. So it has plenty of interesting pages within the book that have now been previewed. Obviously, talking about this origins of Superman, and Action Comics there are featured. There is character pages, this one on crypto, and so that's part of this. Some of the previews pages from the book and showing some of the designs and the fact that he was, of course, inspired by James Gunn's own rescue dog Ozu. And then there are other character pages on Clark Kent, and the way he's portrayed by David Corenswet, and obviously character designs and information on Superman's Fortress of Solitude robots. So that is the art and making of the new movie. It is available to pre-order now. It's a 176-page companion book. Provides exclusive behind-the-scenes access to every aspect of the production of James Gunn's film. It will sell, I believe, for $50 US, so that's pretty reasonable considering I think it's a hardcover book. And it's scheduled to be released on November 18th, so you can pre-order your copy through our website now. Remember, when you do use the links on our website to pre-order these things or order these things, we get a kickback at no extra cost to you, so it's a great way to support the site without having to fork out any money extra.
Yes.
It's good. I'm looking forward to these. I love
I
these
guess
behind the
it's
scenes
is
books.
it yeah, I mean, is this going to be like a coffee table type book
I
or
believe so. Yeah, it's like a landscape.
okay,
It's wider than it is tall,
right.
and so yeah, coffee table book, and yeah, it's going to go through all the different bits and pieces of how they made the film, the locations, character
Mhm.
designs, and plenty of other behind the scenes details on the making of the movie.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you're
Something
interested.
to look into in the future to get.
Definitely. So as I said, November it's coming out, but it's interesting to see these things on paper. But they've been giving us plenty on screen on YouTube via the Warner Brothers Entertainment YouTube channel. The first one that they posted this past week was behind the scenes on the Daily Planet set. It's a 5-minute behind the scenes video. Here is a little bit of a sneak peek at that video.
Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I think if there's one thing people are hungry for, it's seeing more Daily Planet. I think that's number one. And me too.
You're late again, Kent.
Sorry, Perry.
Welcome to the Daily Planet. This is my kingdom. It's real. Can you believe it?
We are in the Daily Planet set. This has been a fantastic set, one of my favorites I've shot on. We've been really happy for the past.
So yeah, that's just 30 seconds of this 5-minute behind the scenes video on the Daily Planet set. Take a look at it because there are some really interesting behind the scenes little Easter eggs on the desks and the little pin boards behind each person's computer. I saw things like photos of Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster, and Joanne Siegel, who was Jerry's wife, but the model that they used as the original Lois Lane in the comic books. So like just little photos of them on the pin boards behind it. Pages from things like All-Star Superman, little graph images from those kinds of things pinned up. There was a Leaning Tower of Pisa, little like a paperweight, if you like, obviously hearkening to Superman 3, where he straightens that. So just little nods to things from the Superman world. You don't even see them in the movie. I mean, they're just dress setting, but the attention to detail and just the little kind of nods to Superman's mythos, I just love seeing that kind of stuff. It just shows some of the the detail that they put into these films, even though they know they won't be part of the film or seen really on the film.
Yeah, he says, how important Daily Planet set is, and he's 100% right. But we still don't get enough of the Daily Planet in the movie. I mean, if I have one gripe, it's also getting more of that Clark Kent and seeing a little more of the staff and a little more going on. But he has a lot to show, so I understand that. But I do love those little Easter eggs.
Mm,
I mean, they're like you said, they're set dressing. I mean, it's also possible, as a person walks by quickly, we don't notice it. It might be right in front of us, but we
exactly.
don't notice it. So it's nice to point that out and then see if, depending on where they are, if you can try to find it in the movie.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of pause at certain times because when you're watching the film, you're watching the lead characters moving through the scene. You're not watching the
Right.
background behind them. But it fleshes it out. It makes it look like a real place, with documents and papers and things that are stacked on their desks, and it just makes it look like a real working newspaper. I was interested to see that it's actually I think decommissioned or maybe it's even still in use, like a train station, and they've retrofitted it to be a
Mhm.
Daily Planet office. And so it has all those kind of Art Deco type fittings and things like that. They even had old built-in telephone booths, the old style telephone booths that were along the walls, and they're still there. And it was kind of nice that they featured them at one stage as Clark walks past them. He doesn't need them or use them, but it's just nice that they they thought, oh, that's so cute that we've got telephone booths in here, which is obviously a part of Superman's thing that he used to change into his Superman costume in a telephone booth back in the day. Some questions from the comments. Mind the Gap saying, is it true that the movie commentary was a digital exclusive? People saying they can't find it on their digital purchase. I believe James Gunn recently recorded it, and I believe it will be part of the physical release coming out in September. And at that time will probably be an additional thing that you can then get if you purchase the digital version. It's not available yet, but it does say somewhere along the lines I read, I can't find it right now, but it said an upcoming, the commentary by James Gunn is a future thing to look forward to. So it's coming. It's not part of the digital release yet, like right now at the end of August, beginning of September, but it will be something that will be available to us once, obviously, it's released. So it is coming. It's not available now, but it is coming. So keep an eye out for that. And if we hear any details on that actually being released, we'll let you know if you did purchase it digitally.
Yeah, I would hope they would do that. I mean, if you're spending the money buying it digitally, you hope that you get all of this stuff. There's no reason you shouldn't. I mean, you're spending the money getting it digitally, but there's no reason the extras and this and that couldn't be there. Obviously, the commentary wouldn't be there yet, but hopefully, yeah, they will add that in because it's all part of the experience. So.
Exactly. Mind the Gap saying, yeah, because he knows with the Batman commentary track that it was only an Apple exclusive, not on the disc. So they can have these things. They can do exclusives for particular things. But from what I heard somewhere along the lines, I read it. I'm sure I read it somewhere that they said the commentary would be forthcoming for digital purchases. So we'll keep you, yes, Mario agreeing there, saying, yeah, the commentary and deleted scenes are coming later. So if you did buy it digitally, just keep an eye out for that. I'm sure the details will come across to you at one point or another. All right, another video that they released behind the scenes on YouTube that will be part of this supplementary or bonus material when you purchase the movie was a behind the scenes on Superman, Lois Lane, and Clark Kent. This is also another 5-minute video. Have a look at a couple of seconds of this one.
Superman is bigger than any one movie or comic or actor.
I can't believe we're here embodying these iconic characters.
Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, and Superman. He's the first superhero. He's the start of it all.
It's a sort of a sense.
Again, there's 30 seconds of that 5-minute video, which again you can watch on our website via or thanks to the Warner Brothers Entertainment YouTube channel. So I love the fact that they're looking at these characters, in a package deal because they are synonymous with each other. Superman, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor. It's like the trinity of characters that make up so many of the stories that we've come to love, whether it's in live action, TV, cartoons, comic books, what have you. And I love seeing the actors talking about these iconic roles that they are embodying. And I love the fact that it started with David Corenswet saying that Superman is bigger than any one version, whether it's a character, an actor, a movie, a comic book, what have you. The character is bigger than any one person playing the role or drawing the role.
Well, it's nice to know that the guy playing Superman, Clark Kent, actually, believes that, thinks of that, and it gives you a good feeling that he kind of knows where the character comes from, and how he wants to play that character, in which we know he did an excellent job.
So that's just another one of those behind the scenes bonus materials that will be part of the collection when you buy the film. And reminder, the physical release, whether it's a 4K Ultra HD Steelbook, digital with digital or 4K Blu-ray and or DVD, are available to pre-order now through our website for their release on September 23rd. So 23 days away, you'll be able to get your physical copy if, like me, you don't necessarily buy the digital, you would prefer to have a physical copy in hand, and I will be looking forward to getting the Blu-ray when that is released. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I know I will be picking that up 100%, and I cannot wait. All right, so there's some of the behind-the-scenes details on this movie and what they've released so far. But there have been a couple of funny videos coming out about the movie this past week. One of them was, of course, the How It Should Have Ended crew. They have done a couple of like alternate endings for the movie, which, hey, have a look at a quick snippet of that. Obviously, can't play the whole thing for you here, but here's a little bit of the How It Should Have Ended on Superman.
Deep breaths, ma'am. You're gonna be fine.
Where am I? You just swooped me up at like 100 miles an hour. How is my neck not broken?
You're welcome.
Ohana means fast. How do I get down from here?
There's just some little snippet from that 30 seconds of a complete How It Should Have Ended that goes for 10 minutes. So if you are interested in the How It Should Have Ended crew and their take on the Superman movie, then have a look at their different alternate endings or different little scene versions that they came up with. And they always do a great job of having a look at these movies with a funny lens.
Yeah, that's I haven't watched it yet. I don't watch them all the time. All these how they ended, and when I'm on YouTube, I'm selective as certain things that I watch.
Fair enough.
And don't watch. Nothing personal. I mean, I am going to watch this. It's nothing personal. It's just I don't always watch a lot of shorts. Some people like the shorts. I like longer videos, and so I'm just very selective when I'm on YouTube. But this, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Well, that's funny that they use what's Lilo and Stitch, the to become to become the kaiju instead of the one that they So that's funny that they did that in the background. So very cool. Another funny video that just came to my attention today that I posted up on the website was this. What they call alternative cuts is the name of the YouTube channel, and they've done a funny 1 minute video. I'll show you a little bit of that I think they use AI here, surely, to do little alternate cuts of the movie. And it's funny because it's called Superman, but he can't do his one job, which is obviously to save people. So have a look at this.
Come on, be careful!
Deep, slow breaths, ma'am. You're gonna be fine.
So this is just a couple of the alternate version clips that they came up with for this 1 minute video. So check that out on their YouTube channel or on our website if you want to have a look at the full 1 minute video of alternate cuts that they came up with. Very funny stuff, like the girl getting conked on the head by one of those bollard things that Superman's just saved her from was quite funny and quite well done. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny. He turns his head to say, "Be careful," and she smashes right on it. That's fun.
That is funny. So, check that out. It's on our website right now on the front page. All right, so that's just some of the funny little videos that are out there on the Superman film. So make sure you check those out, as I said. All right, I'm excited. I'm writing a book. It's called Beyond the Cape. Here is the author's copy, and not for resale. This one. My mother is actually halfway through reading it, kind of doing a little bit of proofread for me. But it's called The Journey to James Gunn's Superman movie. So it's a chronicle of everything that we reported on from the Superman homepage from 2022 right through to the end of July 2025. It's a step-by-step process about what we did, what we saw, how it happened, all those kinds of things, all the details that came out about the movie over that period of time. And I put together a little promo trailer to advertise the book. Have a look.
From chaos to hope. From uncertainty to a new vision. The complete chronicle of DC Studios' ambitious reboot. Every announcement, every casting choice, every milestone. Follow the entire journey of James Gunn's Superman, from the first announcement to the box office triumph. The definitive timeline of how a legend was reborn. From Steve Younis, the owner of SupermanHomepage.com, comes the definitive chronicle of 2025's most anticipated superhero film, Beyond the Cape, September 30th on Amazon. The story behind the legend.
So there you have it. That's a little trailer that I put together that just kind of promotes the book. I'm really happy with the way it came out. It will be available exclusively on Amazon. It's pretty much everything, like I said, everything we reported on, everything that I wrote about in regards to this film, from the announcement of Henry Cavill not coming back to James Gunn's announcement of the movie, how it was originally called Superman Legacy, how the casting came together, the marketing, the promotions, all the merchandise that came out for it. There's also at the back, there's a cast of character list. There's also a complete detailed timeline. So it just goes date by date, everything that happened from October 2022 right through the end of July 2025. And there's there's a glossary of key terms, some of the key characters and key comic books that are referenced throughout this time. So it's really looking forward to this coming out and to get everyone's take on it. It'll be available September 30th. So I'm looking forward to promoting that over the next month and finally having it on sale September 30th. It's another book in the long line of books that have been published about Superman, but the first that I've put out there.
That I'm very excited about reading this. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And really excited about reading this, being along on that journey too, from 2022 till now. It's be a lot of fun to just go through all of that and read that, and really looking forward to it. Again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I sent out to yourself and a couple of the other Superman homepage helpers the first chapter of the book to get a kind of a take get some feedback on it, and looking forward to letting you all read it in full when it is finally published at the end of this month. So keep an eye out on all the promotions that I'll be doing. I might be doing, I might do some giveaways right here, maybe some signed copies or something like that. So be sure to follow along as the next month's promotions continue for Beyond the Cape. So looking forward to that being out there. Very excited. All right. So that's
when it comes out, will Mike and I interview you on the show?
You can if you want to. I'll definitely be doing some. I'll definitely talk about it, so you can feel free to ask me any questions you might have about the book. All right, well, we are going to take a quick break. We're just before the halfway mark of tonight's show. A reminder, if you do want to be on tonight and talk with us live on air, then all you have to do is, I'm going to put up that QR code again for you right there. You can scan that QR code, or you can just go to supermanhomepage.com/live to be part of the show tonight. Call in and have a chat to us is the way to go about doing that. But we're going to take a quick break, play some messages, come back on the flip side to talk about some of the comic book stuff. We're going to do the fan favorite question, and we're also going to do This Week in History. And just to remind you, Michael is not here tonight because he's busy at Dragon Con, where he is hosting a number of Superman and DC Comics related panels. So he's a busy boy this weekend, in person, doing some stuff at Dragon Con. But we'll, as I said, regale us with all the adventures that he had at Dragon Con when he returns next Monday night. All right, before we go to the break, make sure you give us a thumbs up right now. Let the algorithm out there and people know that we are live and that you are watching and engaged. So do that too right now as we go to the break. Play some messages. We'll be back on the flip side, as I said, to do some regular segments. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying Superman Homepage Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program, just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by going to patreon.com/Superman Homepage.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Balmer. I'm the voice of Superman and Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
Delicious.
And dangerous. First, never touch any appliance without a parent's supervision, and always be careful with kitchen appliances. Keep their cords out of your way and your fingers out of their way. Also, always turn pot handles in, away from the edge of the stove.
So nobody bumps into them and gets hurt.
Now you're cooking.
Love the safety tip from Superman. Very good. Make sure you follow those instructions. All right. So, yes, we're going into the second half hour of tonight's program, where we're going to start with the fan favourite segment of our show. Here we go. All right, the fan favourite question from this past week was, who is your favourite live-action Lex Luthor of all time? And we had quite a few responses, actually. There's a similar theme going through these. See if you pick it. Here we go. Mark, who was up first?
Wonder wrote, this new movie has, to my shock and surprise, upended my list. Nicholas Hoult is my new favorite Lex Luthor. Live action, because Superman the Animated Series still has my favorite Lex.
Thank you very much, Wonder. Next up was JP Roach, who said, my favorite Lex Luthor is Michael Rosenbaum. You liked him when you no, let me start again. You liked him when he wanted you to, and hated him when you were meant to. Thank you, JP.
And Jamie S. Klingensmith wrote, my favorite live-action Lex Luthor was Gene Hackman for the longest time. But since the new Superman movie came out, I really, really enjoyed Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He took Lex to a whole new level. He displayed his hatred for Superman in ways that I've never seen before. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Jamie. Next up was Mario Parra, who wrote, I love Gene Hackman, and I think even Kevin Spacey did a great job, and Nicholas Hoult is also excellent in the role, but I think it might be Michael Rosenbaum for me, since I'm currently watching Smallville in full for the first time. He still lives up to my memories of how great he was when I would watch the show every now and then as a teenager, and I love his developing relationship with Clark. I bet Nicholas will rank even higher for me as we get to see him more and more on the screen. Great show. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Mario.
And Kara, I'll say Kara Lucker wrote, my favorite live-action Lex Luthor would be Michael Rosenbaum. We really get to explore his backstory in Smallville and see why he's Superman's greatest foe. Tied in a very close second are Nicholas Hoult and Michael Cudlitz. With Hoult, we saw how and why he is driven by his envy of Superman, and Cudlitz gave such a chilling performance, he actually scared me. And third is John Shea. I find it funny how he and Superman were both after Lois's heart in Lois and Clark.
Thank you very much, Kara. I'll say Kara. Lorenzo Valdez, a hot take. He says, after my scorching hot take last week, this week I cool things off with my super breath with a much less controversial answer to the fan favorite question this time around. My favorite live action Lex Luthor is Michael Rosenbaum. Tragic descents into villainy are a fictional trope that I just eat up, and Michael's Lex is the gold standard for that trope. It's super sad seeing him gradually shift from being Clark's close friend to his bitter enemy over 7 years. Michael's Lex is heartbreakingly sympathetic at times, never more so than the devastating "Yes, Dad, you might have actually loved me" scene in Season 3's Memoria. But then we see how menacing and ruthless he can be in Season 5 through Season 7, what with torturing Aquaman and Impulse, or faking Lana's pregnancy and physically assaulting her. "I'm sorry I couldn't save you, Lex," Clark finally says to Lex when Michael Rosenbaum returns in the series finale, putting a tremendously impactful bow on Lex's journey on the show. Thank you to Lorenzo. Very well thought out.
And Ryan Ignatius Pratt wrote, while the Lois and Clark fan within me wants to say John Shea, I'd have to actually say that my favorite live-action Lex Luthor would be Michael Rosenbaum. I feel that his grounded performance of Lex really drove the show during Smallville's first 7 seasons, even more so than the heroic journey of Tom Welling's Clark Kent. After Rosenbaum, I would list John Shea, and then probably Nicholas Hoult and Michael Kudlitz tying for third.
Thank you very much. Next up and last up is Celeste Sims, who wrote, I personally have 2 favorites. They are Michael Rosenbaum and Nicholas Hoult. They are both charismatic, witty, intelligent, and funny. Key differences are 1, Michael's Lex Luthor was seeking love, affection, and approval from his father, Lionel. He went through lengths to get it, but kept getting dismissed by his father. Nicholas Hoult has brilliant ideas, but is misguided and seeks attention from his efforts, rather admiration and appreciation from others. Granted, we have not seen Nicholas Holt's upbringing storyline yet, but still, very good. Well, I definitely saw majority votes for Michael Rosenbaum, and Nicholas Hoult came in a close second, and Michael Cutlitz even got a few nods through there, as did obviously Gene Hackman and others, John Shea. But definitely Michael Rosenbaum winning out the pack there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you have a personal favorite, Mark?
It's hard for me to say. I mean, I lead towards Michael Rosenbaum. Of course, for years, I was young and all that, but Gene Hackman was the Lex Luthor for me. But there has been many different portrayals since then, and I just feel I think Michael Rosenbaum, because he was able to grow during all those seasons on Smallville, and we saw him from the friend to the villain, and he became that closer to, I guess, post-crisis Lex, and it's also we watched him from a boy to a man, and now we understand who he is and why he became who he became. So
yeah, I mean it's
what about you?
TV Lex Luthors obviously have a longer time to win over our appreciation because we see them for so many hours compared to movie actors who we sometimes only see for maybe 2 or 3 films and an hour or 2 hours at a time, where someone like Michael Rosenbaum got 7 seasons of a TV series to really flesh out that role and that character. Look, Michael Rosenbaum would definitely be up there. I really appreciated Michael Cutlitz, his version of the is that his name?
Michael Cutlitz.
Yeah, Michael Cutlitz. I was just looking at Michael Rosenbaum. I thought, is there 2 Michaels? And they are. So Michael Cutlitz, I really appreciate how sinister and dark and gritty his version of Lex was, and that he was, he was scary. Gene Hackman's is played a little bit more for laughs and a bit more comical, but I still appreciated that because that's the one I grew up with. But Nicholas Hoult, love that version of his Lex Luthor that we just saw. Very on the edge, very much. I love the way that they kind of made us think that it was again for real estate that he was going for, but it was actually not that, and that was kind of like a ploy to discredit Superman, and the way he involved that. So I think the Nicholas Hoult Lex Luthor is very much comic book aligned, especially if you're a Silver Age fan, where he's and even in post-crisis, he's just all about trying to discredit Superman because he feels like he is a threat to humanity and humanity's progression, because and obviously there's a jealousy thing there. So Yeah, I don't think there's been obviously we haven't mentioned Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, who to me didn't really come across as Lex Luthor at all.
I absolutely forgot about him. I swear to God. And it's not on purpose. They just did.
No, well, he doesn't resonate because he's so much more of like
No.
a prankster, kind of toy man almost. He comes off as a caricature rather than a credible threat.
And we only saw him the one time, other than that end credit scene from Justice League. Either one. But so you're right. He doesn't register because he's just not. He's nothing like
he's not in the top 5,
thing, which is okay. Which is okay, but it just
for that version
didn't work, and we never got anything further. So
yeah, Mind the Gap says Cutlets is gang affiliated Lex, which is so good. I love that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very true. All right, so our new. So thank you to. Who did we have there? We had Wonder, JP, Jamie, Mario, Cara, Lorenzo, Ryan, and Celeste. Thank you so much for writing into the fan favorite question this past week. Our new fan favorite question moving forward for this next week is along the same lines. Who is your favorite live action Jimmy Olsen of all time? So get involved in the fan favorite segment of our show. The email address to send your answers to is info@supermanhomepage.com, info@supermanhomepage.com, and we will read out the answers to that question when we return to this segment next week. All right, let's move into the, what have we got? This Week in History. I'm going to bumble my way through Michael's segment for him this week.
Come with me now, my son, as we break through the bonds of your earthly confinement, traveling through time and space.
All right, let's see how we go here. So opening up the folder of images, here is the first one. We go all the way back to, let me open up the first one. This is back to the end of August, so August 31st, which was the beginning of the week, back this week in 1945. We saw Superman number 37 released. There were 4 stories in this issue: The Dangerous Dream, Pranks for Profit, Crime in the Art Studio was a Lois Lane story, and The Rubbish Robbers. And here we have an early version of The Prankster.
Prankster, yes.
So that was back
you can always tell with that belly.
Yeah, that was back in 1945. Then moving up to 1955, this very day, September 1st, we saw the release of Superman number 101, and there were 3 stories in this. They were Luthor's Amazing Rebus, The Meek Man's Club, and The Rainbow Doom, which is what we're seeing on the cover there. Superman with almost like a hula hoop of rainbow that encircled his body. And get back, everyone, the Rainbow of Doom. It just turned Lois Lane to glass.
Rainbow of Doom turned her to glass. Wow. That's
it.
Pretty powerful rainbow.
There you go. All right, so then we did nothing in 1965, so we jump another decade even further in time to September 2nd, 1975, saw the release of Justice League of America number 125. Superman is featured in this, which was a very interesting cover there with Two-Face. Is that his name?
Yeah.
We're flipping the coin, and so Superman, there was a Two-Face story, and also the Weaponers of Quad were also in this story of the man who sold destruction. So that was 1975. Also that same week saw the release of limited collector's edition C41, and this had a Super Friends Justice League of America and another Justice League of America stories printed inside. Then jumping forward to 1985, September 5th, saw the release of Best of DC number 67, which featured the Legion of Superheroes. This contained a number of stories, the Legion of Superheroes stories, a couple of Superboy stories as well, and a very dramatic cover there.
Yes, Starfinger, is that what it says?
Yes, Starfinger.
Yes. Okay.
All right, then moving through 1985, September 5th saw the release of DC Comics Presents number 88, which featured Superman of Earth 1 and Creeper of Earth 1 on the cover. And this was a crossover for the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline. So that was 1985. Then jumping forward another decade to 1995 on August 31st. I remember this one quite well. This was Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, number 2. The internal story was titled Pawns. It was written by Roger Stern with art by Tom Grummett and Brett Breeding. A great combo there. This was like the early times that I was buying comic books, those early few years after the death of Superman, where I kind of came into purchasing comic books. I remember this one well.
Yeah, that's is that I think that the more I don't want to say modern version of Alpha Centaurian, but we know the Zero Hour had the Alpha Centaurian. I think this is the main DCU version of the Alpha Centaurian, if I'm correct.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, the Man of Tomorrow was the comic book title that filled in the skip week. So the 5th week of a month,
the 5th week.
It would come out. All right, so then also moving another decade forward to 2005, August 31st saw the release of JLA Classified number 11. I think Superman was involved in this one, but if not, it was a title that he definitely appeared in. Then 2005 saw the release of JLA, I've already said that one. 2015, I should say, saw the release of Injustice Gods Among Us Year 4, number 9, making waves. And again, you see the Superman and Wonder Woman down the bottom there, the Injustice Superman looking pretty menacing down the bottom. So that is the comic book side of things. But then in the real world, we have on, just let me get my notes back up, on August, is it August? Sorry, just bear with me a second. Yeah, I'm just looking at the beginning of September 1st is traditionally recognized as the birthday of Jonathan Kent, Clark Kent's adoptive father. So I saw Neva Howell, who plays Mark Kent in the new Superman movie and who you and I interviewed a couple of weeks back. She reposted and responded to our tweet or our thread on this post about the birthday of Park Kent. She wished him a happy birthday. So that's kind of funny that the new Mark Kent wished the fictional Park Kent a happy birthday. So that's September 1st. Yeah, that's cool. September 3rd, Valerie Perrine, who played Eve Tessmacher in the Superman films, was born in Galveston, Texas in 1943. So we know that she's having some health battles. So we wish her a very happy birthday on September 3rd. Also, George Lazenby celebrate a birthday on September 5th. He played Jor-El in the Superboy TV series. He was born in Queanbeyan here in New South Wales, Australia in 1939. So he is getting on in years. We wish him a very happy birthday and glad that he's still with us. Then on September 6th, Justin Whalen, who played Jimmy Olsen in the TV series Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. He was born in 1974, the second actor to play Jimmy Olsen in that TV series. So happy birthday to Justin. He celebrates his birthday on the same day that Superman the Animated Series came out, but obviously not the same year. It made its debut on television on the Kids WB in 1996, and I remember it well. This was such a huge deal.
Oh, me too.
It was such a great series, and it wasn't available for us here in Australia, so I had to kind of pay someone to tape them for me on VHS, and we have different. You have the NTSC, we have PAL, and so we had to do the conversions. It was a hell of a time, but Jesus, it was worth it. This was a great series.
When did you finally get it?
Probably a couple of years later. So if I was patient enough, I would have been able to see them. But I'm not patient when it comes to Superman stuff.
Yeah, I remember they had the, well, I guess you could say the 3-part, origin.
Yeah.
episode that they then when they went into series, they then showed those again
separate.
each week for 3 weeks, and then they
Yes.
showed the newer episodes, I believe.
Exactly. And also, this week, September 7th, or technically the beginning of next week, but Michael Emerson, who is the voice of Brainiac in the animated series My Adventures with Superman, he was born in Cedar Rapids in Iowa in 1954. So we wish him all the best as well. And that is this week in history. Thank you so much. I got through it. I never know how it's going to go.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Good
All
job.
right. Thank you. So we move on and continue on with the comic book side of the world of Superman, where this past week DC unveiled the final DC KO #1 variant cover by superstar comic book artist Dan Mora, and it features, if I get the graphic up, it features all the contestants that will be featured in the DC KO tournament. All 32 tournament contestants in this stunning Dan Mora cover. Like obviously you can see Power Girl up there, Superman, Lex Luthor, Supergirl, Robin, Batman, Red Hood, Batwoman, it looks like Elastic Man, Aquaman. Who else have we got? We've got, what's her name?
Starro. That's interesting.
Where'd you see? Oh, Starro down the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah.
Firestorm.
So many.
Big Barda.
Metamorphose in there, Wonder Woman.
Mhm.
What's his name? Atom.
Lobo.
Mr. What's his name? Yeah.
Captain Atom.
Captain
Jay
Atom, that's him.
Garrick. Cyborg.
Guy Gardner.
Vixen, I think. Vixen.
So quite a few there. All, as I said, all 32 tournament contestants that will be part of this upcoming DCKO event. And the full tournament lineup has each character prepares to enter the 5-level gladiatorial arena rising from Earth itself. This is the first time fans will see every fighter that will secure themselves a spot in the first round, offering a head-to-head glimpse at the potential matchups that will define the series. Whether you're rooting for icons or underdogs, this cover is your first look at the chaos to come. So DCKO will begin with the first issue, which I believe will be available on October 8th. So just over a month away for this big event that is the big DC thing that is about to hit our comic book shelves. And it's all surrounding Darkseid.
Yep. I'm assuming leading to an absolute crossover, I guess.
Yeah.
DC
JP
universe with
Rocha.
the absolute universe. Something
JP Rocha
to that
says
effect.
Jaro wins it all.
Jaro. We'll see.
Very good. We'll see. But yeah, it'll all happen in DCKO starting next month. So still on the comic book side of things, DC also announced this past week that Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum #1 will go back for a second printing. This is the cover for that second printing. It is a DC Black Label and reimagined Superman in bold new DC Black Label comic book series, where he comes across a variation of different types of kryptonite that have different effects on him. And it's gone back for a second printing, which I believe will be available. Order cutoff dates are September 15th, and it will go on sale October 8th. The second issue of Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, will be published on next week, Wednesday, September 10th. So make sure you check that out because it's selling like hotcakes, supposedly.
Yes.
We reviewed the first issue, and it's an interesting take, different forms of kryptonite. Our reviewer, I think, was saying something along the lines of it kind of makes Superman a little bit reckless in that he would expose himself to these different variations of kryptonite just to see what they do, and that's a little bit out of character, I think, for Superman just to kind of do that. You think you'd just go put them away, get rid of them, but there wouldn't be a story if they did that.
It's Black Label, so Black Label is pseudo. It's almost like a pseudo Elseworlds, even though,
yeah,
it's supposed to be, technically, I guess, supposed to be this continuity, but at the same time, it always seems anytime they have a black label, it doesn't really
Fit
cut
exactly.
into this continuity. So who knows?
Yeah.
So they had a little fun, you know.
That's right. So yeah, that's Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. Kara in the comments says that Crypto, the last dog of Krypton, is also proving to be hard to find. I need to call my local store to see if they'll order it. Yeah, or you can go digital and purchase it digitally if you've missed out on the physical copy. But there's always that way of still reading the books, even if you can't find the physical copy to add to your collection. All right, well, on the physical side of things, here in Australia, I think you told me before off camera that you do have Aldi stores in the US, and we have them here as well. And I was actually in an Aldi this morning on my way to before doing the show, grabbing a few extra grocery items. But on the weekend, I grabbed this. This is a new garden statue available in Aldi stores here in Australia. There's 3 to collect. There's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and turn that one off there. They're not sure exactly what they're made of, but it's a hard enough and durable enough material that it obviously is supposed to be a garden statue that you can put out in the elements, and it will obviously be able to take rain and what have you. I'm going to be keeping this one indoors, I think, and just putting it in my collection.
Yeah.
But there's the 3 of them. This is the Wonder Woman one there as well. They're available for $29.99 Australian. They stand at 40 centimeters tall. As I said, there are 3 of them to collect, and they're just gone on sale this past weekend in Aldi stores in Australia. So be quick, go and grab yours. They're not available online, so you have to actually physically go and pick them up from your local Aldi store. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking statue. It's obviously based on the it's not the New 52 because he doesn't have the collar. It's the DC Rebirth because he doesn't have the trunks.
He's on the trunks.
He's got the belt. It's got more of the Jim Lee type of S though, and he's got the kind of the New 52 boots in a way, but he doesn't have the New 52 collar. So it's kind of he does. I can see the collar up there. So if you look at it, there definitely is a collar line.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's based on the.
He doesn't have he doesn't have the whole collar though, does he?
Yeah, he does.
He does it. Oh, he does. Okay.
So yeah, it's based on the New 52 design. But yeah, it still looks good, and he's got those kneecap things as part of his costume, which is weird. But but it doesn't look as much like armor as it does in the comic books. But still is a good looking statue. So they're available in Aldi stores. It's a little bit random. They also had some Superman hoodies and Father's Day pajamas and things like that, which is always this time of year you get those super dad type of t-shirts things come out for Father's Day here in Australia is this coming Sunday. So there you have it. That's a physical thing. Also, if you're in France, they've got a new collection of DC Comics commemorative coins. Here's a little video that they released for this coins. Here we go.
Les super-héros d'ici frappent un grand coup à la monnaie de Paris. Découvrez vite les 9 nouvelles pièces de 10 € argent. Une édition limitée disponible sur monnaiedeparis.fr.
I have no idea what he said, but it's a series of commemorative coins. They include there are multiple Superman coins. They range from affordable €10 silver piece to premium gold collectibles. I'll just show you some of the, give you a closer look at some of the coins in this collection. There we go. So that's a gold coin there. There is this colorful one, and that's the one side, and then on that's the way it comes packaged. There's that one that we saw prominently in that video, and that's the way it comes in the package. There's also some other ones that are not colored. There you got from Superman lifting a car, and then you have also Superman versus Lex Luthor, and there's also a box set of the DC collection as well. So these are available from For fans in France, from the French Mint, I guess. I'm not going to try to pronounce the way they actually say it because I will murder it. But as I said, their coins are priced at 15 euros each. There's others that are available for 13 euros, 10 euros, and more. So yeah, get involved if you're in France or if you're nearby and you want to try to purchase these. They look really cool, as Celeste says in the comments. So Cara73 says she did pre-order one from the US Mint because yes, there was a collection recently available in the US Mint. There's stamps available here in Australia. So it just doesn't... Superman is a worldwide phenomenon, obviously, as we all know. But it seems right now, if you're looking around, you will find so many Superman collectibles available, from stamps and coins to garden statues. So there you have it.
Yeah.
All right, the Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for the beginning of the new month, and we have 3 questions which we are asking you this time around. And don't say anything right here in the comments, but the 3 questions we're asking you are: what is the name of Metamorpho's baby in the new Superman movie? With a connection to 1978 Superman the movie, who makes a cameo appearance as a TV reporter in the new Superman film? And which duo composed the musical score for the new Superman film? If you think you know the answers to all 3 questions, head to supermanhomepage.com/trivia and submit your answers. And each person who guesses them right will have their name included in the never-ending battlers list when we end this trivia quiz at the end of September. So get involved in the Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz right now on the Superman homepage. I'm sure you know the answers to all 3 of those, Mark.
More or less, yes.
Okay, fair enough. You do know. I know you do. I know you do. All right, well, before we wrap up, Mark, is there anything that you wanted to touch on before we wrap up tonight's show?
Nothing in particular.
Anything you're excited about at the moment for Superman in the Superman world?
Well, I'm just excited in general that Superman is the topic of conversation. Which we don't often get. It's
so true.
Batman, but now everyone's talking about Superman, and I hope it stays this way for a little while. We know things go up and go down, but
yeah.
Right now, the world's talking about Superman in the comics also. And, it's just a good time to be a Superman fan right now. And, we waited for the movie. Movie came out. We love the movie, so we don't have to worry about that. So it's just a great time, I think, to be a Superman fan.
Couldn't agree more. All right, well, that pretty much brings us to the end of tonight's show. Before we do sign off, I'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight's episode of Superman Homepage Live. And once again, thank you to my co-host, Mark Lax. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Steve.
A huge thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Rick Schutzow, Jamie Klingensmith, and Tina Murray. And remember, if you want to support the show and have your name read out at the end of and beginning of every show, then simply head to patreon.com/Superman homepage. There are different levels of membership with different levels of perks. The complete 1-hour video of tonight's show will remain up on our website and on our YouTube channel. If maybe you tuned in late, want to watch it all over again, you can do so at those 2 locations. Mark, Michael, and I will be back next week on Monday, September 8th at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time for another edition of Superman Homepage Live. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. If you enjoyed tonight's show, the greatest compliment is to share it with somebody that you think will like it. Send that text message now. Send them an email. Share it on your own social media platforms. We would really appreciate it. On behalf of myself and Mark Lax, I'm Steve Younis. Thanks for watching Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Good night.